Good afternoon, this is Emily Castro, and I am back with my little buddy Dredd for another walk here in Illinois. Today we are doing the Prairie State Justice. We are seeing a bit of the prairie. This is here at Weldon Springs State Park in central Illinois. Part of the prairie walk is this old schoolhouse building, which is closed today. That's part of it over there. Dredd has been crying for a walk. It's been kind of crappy weather this week. Lots of rain. Very gray. Probably gonna burn the prairie in a month or so. They burn sections of it every year to try and mimic what nature and the Native Americans used to do. Creates a very weird and dreary looking landscape for about a month after they burn. After they do it, I'll come back out and show you. Pace yourself, Dredd. It's going to be a long walk. We're going to do the whole prairie. Dredd has found something. He is having a sniff-tastic time. A sniff-tastic time here on the prairie. Let's take a little gander at this seasonal pool, which, yes, it is mostly dried up. You want to go everywhere, don't you? Now, my husband and I pretty much don't agree on anything, but one of the things we disagree about is prairies. He doesn't like them. I think that they are very beautiful. I just love the open landscape, the long grasses, how much of the sky you can see. I really wish I could find a time machine and go back in time far enough to see what the tall grass prairie used to look like. Because now, just little tiny remnants of it remain. What you think, Dredd? He thinks all walks are good walks. Gonna shake it out. Now there's little brown burr-looking things. It's a rattlesnake master. Looks a lot more impressive in the summer when it's blooming. There's a lot of it here. There's something a little bit magical about a bend in the trail. Any trail. As soon as I see that bend or twist or hill, even though I know full well what's on the other side of this one, since I've walked it a million times, it still just calls out. It's a very inviting feeling. Look, there's a creek there. Well, that's new. It looks like part of the trail must have collapsed, revealing that stuff. Well, thereafter, I just said that there's nothing new around the bend, because I've seen it a million times. Lo and behold, I turn the corner and see something new. Probably the most exciting mammal I've seen out here at Weldon Springs, pretty much anywhere in this area, is coyote and fox. One of the reasons why I keep little mister here on his leash all the time. It's probably one of the least peaceful parts of the park. It's the part that borders the road here, so we get the traffic noises. Luckily it doesn't last for very long. And Dredd, for some reason, this little guy just wants to follow the scent out onto the road. We've been having a real battle of wills here, which I win purely because as the human, I am much bigger and heavier, and I hold the leash. Trails are probably left by deer, because this is a section of road. In the evenings, you've got to be careful. We've got some coyote scat. Dredd, do not sniff the coyote scat. Did we not have a talk about coyotes? You've gotten yourself all tangled up again. Let's get you all straightened out. Come on. Got some more prairie vistas. What caught my eye here was the color change from that color in the front, which is more of a burnt ember, to the color in the back, which is more tan or taupe. As the grasses change. That's what I'm always trying to explain to my husband. It's not just a sea of boring grass. There's a lot going on the prairie. It's visually a lot more interesting than it looks at first sight. Whatever you're smelling, Dredd, it's long gone, and you couldn't catch it anyway, and the road is dangerous. As your mother, I am officially telling you not to play in traffic or sniff disgusting things you find on the trail. Even though I'm doing my best to vibe with all the seasons this year, I am looking forward to spring, when the bluebirds and tree swallows will use the houses again. Yep, here we are at the park entrance, crossing the road. To where the trail continues. Now, the bad thing about central Illinois for nature lovers is that there are very few places where you can go and not hear traffic sounds in the distance, or, you know, look beyond the edge of the park and see wind turbines or cornfields or any other encroachment of humans onto the natural landscape. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are many little parks and places to hike that are quite lovely. I would consider Weldon Springs one of the better of them. But there's really nowhere to just get away from it all. We're coming up on the part of the trail that I think is the most recent addition to the park. I think it used to be an old farmstead. It's still got some buildings that just have danger, keep out signs on them. They've been slowly falling to pieces, going back to nature in the past 10-15 years or so. We're coming up on the old barn, the collapsing outbuilding. In its way, it's probably one of the more interesting sections of trail. Just watching how nature has its way with buildings when humans don't keep track of them. Yeah, good decision, Dredd. It's probably not safe at all to go near. We won't go inside. That's dangerous. We'll just look at it. What do you smell? Another one falling apart up on that hill. More oaks. Is it just me, or would this make a good setting for a horror story? Seems like everywhere I go, I've got two settings. Setting number one is squee, the beauties of nature. And setting number two is, this would be a great horror story. And that used to be the house, the old farmhouse. Got chairs on the porch. Guess we could just get a little closer and look. I suspect it hasn't purely been the influence of nature. I think it's had a bit of help from humans. A little creepy though. Think we should head on? Me too.